Hey everybody, Tim here from Workshop 12. Just had a chance to talk to Matt around the designs for the Nemesis R1. We've got some cool things that we'll be able to show on the computer, seeing how we've boxed everything in to be able to make the 3D model work. But I wanted to show you some of the different scale models that started to get worked on to try to see how everything was going to come together. So let me just switch this over here and take a look. So here we've got a few different scale models. So things started off being able to take the model as we first had it and just kind of bringing that out into a piece of software called Pepakura to try to create all the same different facets on there, which worked out great. As you can see, all the templates worked. However, you know, we got a little flimsiness. So trying to find a point in space and reference for making all these things float and be where we want to, very, very difficult. So the next phase, Matt actually went through and he took all of the different pieces where we had open space and closed in those spaces so that we could get a solid model and then cut away the excess. However, some of the different areas, you know, Pepakura was trying to be smart, started making some different bends in some of the different facets, panels here, which makes things even a little bit more difficult. So last one went through and said, okay, redesign that into some more different triangles and everything, and we can actually see here how everything comes together and sticks together with all the different peaks and valleys to be able to connect everything. So we should be able to essentially create, you know, half the car at a time with all the different reference points inside there, and then essentially pull the two different halves together, support everything, make sure all the panels are in the right place, and then cut away the excess pieces. So it makes it a lot easier for trying to design and build the actual body panels instead of having them as floating units. So next step that we're going to do is we're going to just take a jump over into the software, take a look at the pictures and graphics of how everything came out, and it'll show you a little bit more of how all those different facets were filled in and how everything's going to work.
So here we have the same Pepakura files kind of laid out, and so what Matt's done is actually kind of broken up each of the different patterns into lettered patterns in here that go into printable Pepakura files that we're able to kind of get done on a plotter printer that actually is the right size to lay out on the pieces to cut them out. So we kind of have all of these different areas all subdivided out. Also even the ability to print out a cross section so that we can kind of build one half at a time up to the cross section to hold everything in place. And then we've got kind of some other main areas of the design here. So there's some areas that are like a 90-degree down to the floor or to the pan that would hold everything, you know, where we have a level line across here for the different kind of angles to come together. And then he's also created a legend on which pieces are the pieces that actually will come out after the fact, that are just there for support and be able to hold the form of it while they get everything all put together. So this is kind of the end result of those Pepakura paper scale models that were made. And so now the next step is really just to go ahead and get these printed out and laid out onto some panels and trying to put it together in a full scale. So stay tuned for the next video where we will go through some of those next steps.